Should we try to encourage people to join the True Gnostic Church? Well, of course I do. Of course we should. Why? Because we want to offer them the one thing that will make their life sacred. And what is that? Is it the Song of God? Nope, the Song of God's just a book. It's a great book if you read it and believe it, but in the end it's just a book. What the church offers, what Azrael offers, is covenants. Covenants make your life sacred. Covenants make your sanctuary sacred. Covenants make you sacred. That is what we offer. And in the making of these covenants, you will gather to yourself the family of God, because you have chosen as an adult to become a part of God's own family and to represent that family in the living of your mortal life. We should all be engaged in encouraging people, enticing people to join the True Gnostic Church. So the answer to your question is yes. That's what we ought to be doing. The greatest sin that God could commit in God's own personal mind is that of unrighteous dominion. It's interesting. This coming June marks the 30th anniversary of seeing Heavenly Father and Heavenly Mother and speaking with them face to face. And in that 30 years, they have never ordered me to do anything. They have never threatened me with anything. They have given me no warnings or admonitions of any sort or kind. They asked me if I would do a thing. They encouraged me. They empowered me. Sometimes I did not do so well, and they helped me get through it. But they never held a sword over my head, like some religions do. They ask. When you make a covenant with God, you give God permission through the keeping of your covenant to act in your life. That's what the covenant does. It's a two-way street. You make a covenant with God to make your life sacred. And when you make that covenant with God, you give God permission to act in your life through righteous dominion. I know what I'm talking about. I'm a daddy. I raise little children. When we make covenants with God, you are telling God, I want you to be my dad. I want you to be my mom. When everybody else is going to abandon me, I know you won't. When everyone else will give me bad counsel, God will not. When everybody else has stopped believing in you, your Heavenly Father and Heavenly Mother will always believe in you, like I always believe in my children. I have a covenant between me and my 7 little darlings. That covenant began when they were made. When they entered into life, I held those little darlings in my hand. I knew my duty. And friendship was not in the job description. I was a dad. My job was to teach, defend, and protect, and encourage, and empower my darlings. That was my job. It's God's job. Now, you get to choose. My little darlings did not choose me for their dad. and what they got. They were lucky they got a good one. But you as adults do get to choose. You get to choose whether or not Heavenly Father and Heavenly Mother will be your dad and mom. That carries a responsibility. It's bound by covenant. Covenants are important. They make your life sacred. And they give God permission to act in your life.